Hello everyone! As you can see in the title, this video will be about Warlords of Draenor, so if you don't want any spoilers, please turn off the video right now. If you see my video, The Global Story of Draenor, then you know that I wasn't blown away with the Gorgrond zone. But in the meantime, they've added a little bit of extra story, which I thought was really cool. When questing in Gorgrond, you're eventually sent to check out an Iron Horde camp, and in the camp we find a dying beast chained down to the ground. Upon releasing her, several Goron ambushers pop up out of the ground, but that's not the worst of it. They're easily defeated, but then a massive Grond shows up, he stuns us and is about to take us away. In the background, Rexxar shows himself, and with one single jump, one single strike, he brings the Grond to his knees. It was the Iron Horde that tied down Nisha, Rexxar's companion, and you don't mess with Rexxar's beasts. He asked of us to help Nisha heal, so we burned the wound, we grabbed some food and water, and we tried to help her out. A nice detail once you reach Rexxar's camp is that he has his wolf Harafa with him. This wolf in our time joined Rexxar to Azeroth and it sacrificed himself to save Rexxar's life. During the battle at the Dark Portal, a warlock of the Horde was injured. He saw Rexxar and he was about to drain Rexxar's life to heal himself, but instead the wolf jumped in front of the spell and was turned into dust. I've done a video on Rexxar in our timeline, so if you want more details, I'll place that video in the description. Now by attacking his animals, the Iron Horde turned Rexxar into an enemy, which makes him an ally to our cause. In the meantime, one of the Draenor if you're Alliance, or one of the orcs from the Laughing Skull clan if you're Horde, has been captured by Rexxar. He's holding them over the fire and he's about to roast them for good, but since they're part of our team, he lets them go. The Iron Horde and Gorgrond are taking over the area and they're busy with enslaving and weaponizing the Grond. We need to investigate the operations and find out what exactly they're using to do this. We're sent out to make a Goron disguise while also taking out a few of the Iron Horde troops. This disguise not only makes us look like the Goron, it also allows us to use their tunneling system. First, we end up with a pack of Goron who are enjoying a fresh kill, we grab a quick bite, we jump back into the tunnel, and it takes us to Droff the Ruiner. Droff is the world boss of this zone, and he doesn't like anyone getting close, so he smacks us down back into the tunnel, which now leads to Brack's excavation. Apparently the Iron Horde is having a hard time with trying to excavate, since the Goron have taken over the cave and they are fighting the orcs. On a messenger, we find a note which says, General Orgrim, the Ogron have taken a squad of our men, snatched them from what we thought was a safe zone in the broad daylight. That's not the worst of it. Among the missing is Corporal Tukmar. He's gone, along with all of his latest notes. I have dispatched a squad into the Fissure of Fury to recover the notes, and perhaps our troops. I'll update you as soon as there's news, Commander Gar. We need to find out what the Iron Horde is planning, so we need to find Tukmar and his notes. Rexxar warns us that although the Orgron are far from brilliant, they are more intelligent than the Grond. They're larger and even stronger than they look, and not even Rexxar has been able to take out their leader, so he cautions us to be careful. Now I've seen some messed up things while playing WoW. I've seen the Upside Down Sinners, I've seen the Children of Goldshire, all kinds of messed up things. But this cave with the Ogron is high up on the list of freaky things in WoW. The first Ogron you find outside, he's busy decorating the cave entrance with skulls from the orcs. But that's just the start. Inside, the orcs are so terrified of what the Ogron might do to them that they decide to commit suicide as soon as you distract the Ogron. It's not surprising, considering the amount of corpses that are being eaten, orcs that are being impaled, and the final words of Corporal Tukmar. Kill, eat, torn to pieces, ate alive, they took us, die, kill me, kill me! Kill me, please. He begs of us as one of his fellow orcs is roasting on the fire. Damn, Blizzard, I knew Warlords was going to be savage, but damn. Anyways, from Tukmar's research, we find out that the orcs, they found an artifact of unknown origin, which allows them to communicate and manipulate the Magnaron, Grond, and the like that walks Gorgrond. Rexxar explains that ancient legends speak of such artifacts crafted by the world builders to keep these creatures in check. If the Iron Horde is allowed to keep the artifacts, then the world is doomed. Nisha, she scouts the area from the sky and she finds the artifact in the hands of Captain Brack. Naturally, we go in to retrieve the artifact or at least try to stop them, and Rexxar himself helps us during the battle. Captain Bruck sends her dominated Grondlings and dominated Grond to fight us, but they're no match. Nisha picks up the captain and drops her down so that the entire group can gang up on her. Once she's defeated, we take the artifact, the Heart of Magnaron, for ourselves, and at first it seemed like this is where the questline was going to end. I wasn't able to get a follow-up quest and it seemed unfinished, but thankfully once I was able to copy my own character, the new questline opened up. First, you need to help a few of the gladiators who escaped from the ogre enslavement by killing a few ogres, getting their pendants, and saving someone special. Kash Drakor is one of the gladiators that escaped, and his son Nasgrel is being held captive. At first, the ogres, they used his son as a leverage to ensure Kash Drakor would fight, but now that he has escaped, they'll surely start to train Nasgrel to replace his father. For those that played the bonus campaign, The Founding of Durotar in Warcraft 3, you might remember Nasgrel as the commander who gave you a couple of your quests.
No, we're too late. The camp's already been razed. There are human tracks everywhere. They lead back towards the coast.
The human scum will pay dearly for this. Blood for blood, life for life. Noctarogar!
He stayed loyal to Thrall, and during the Burning Crusade he even joined the Horde to Outlands, where you can find him in the Hellfire Peninsula. I thought that this was a very nice touch, so after helping out the gladiators, after saving Nasgrel, they decide to join your garrison if you've picked the arena over the lumber mill. And then they help you out with the next part of the questline. We're sent over to the Iron Approach with the artifact in our hands. Now is the time to deal a massive blow to the Iron Horde, and not only do we have the artifact, we also get Rexxar and the gladiators to assist us. Commander Gar meets us at the gates and he summons his troops that surround the group. We get access to the artifact, and when you activate it, a massive back-end Earthshaker shows up and he pills each and every one of the orcs. The fight continues in stages, with Gar constantly sending his troops. He's unleashing Iron Stars that run you over, siege cannons that try to blow you up, Grondling slaves that try to kill you. It's a hectic fight, it looks very, very cool. Eventually, Gok, son of Gruul, is sent out, and in our time we also took on Gok together with Rexxar in Outlands. The only difference is that back then Gok didn't have any freaking cannons attached to his back, which makes this fight a little bit more interesting. With Gok defeated, Gar has no other choice but to face us himself. He figures that if they can't use the artifact, then no one will, so he smashes it and he removes the ability to summon the Earthshaker. The entire group is required to take out Gar, but we do eventually manage to win. The artifact might have been lost, but this has been a massive blow to the Iron Horde troops, and we need to return to the garrison to figure out the next steps. I mentioned earlier that Gorgrond, it felt really disconnected from the overall story, but this makes more sense. Basically, we spent our time trying to reach Talador while also taking on the savage things that Gorgrond throws at us, and now also taking on the Iron Horde. It's done in a mini scenario with Rexxar, and I just love this fight. The first time that I did this, that I saw the Earthshaker walk up and impale everybody, I was blown away. Rexxar isn't done yet for the expansion, he also pops up in Shadowmoon Valley, and maybe we'll see more from him in the future. Now the artifact itself, and the whole storyline with controlling the Grun, that deserves a video on its own since it enters the realm of speculation. What I can quickly say about it is that the artifact is called the Heart of Magnaron. Magnaron are direct descendants from the Colossals who first shaped Draenor. Not much is known about the Colossals, besides that they're currently extinct and that the Thunderlord clan hunted them down. You can still see their skeletons in Frostfire Ridge, but the question is, who created these colossals. On Azeroth, we know that the Titans, they came down and they shaped the world, and to help them with this task, they created several different creatures, amongst them the giants. I don't think it's hard to imagine that Draenor was shaped in a similar way, only this time they didn't create the giants as we know them, they created the colossals. This is further supported in Nagrand, where we enter the vault of the Titans and we retrieve another artifact for the goblins. They already said at BlizzCon that we would see certain titanic influences on Draenor, and I think it's really interesting to get a confirmation about Titans shaping Draenor. Like I said, I want to do a bit more research before I make a speculation video about this, because we don't know for certain if the Titans shaped Draenor. We don't know for certain a lot. But for now I thought it was just interesting to show this questline, because I was really happy to party with Rexxar and see more interesting events happen in Gorgrond. Like I said before, Gorgrond first didn't blow me away, it felt very disconnected, but with this additional questline it feels a whole lot better. Now with that, I'm going to end this video, so thank you very much for watching everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, and until next time guys, see ya!
Our bond is iron. Our will unbreakable. Who will stand against us?